going on, guys? I am in Cayman Creek here with the smooth front caimans, but today I'm playing a bit of a detective because I noticed this leathery shell, a broken shell. Here's the yolk, okay? I did actually find this yesterday. This is crazy, right? So there's some yolk around it, but it's a leathery shell. Now, definitely,
did you spot this? Did you see
I was just kind of walking around the other day looking for stuff, and I saw this egg. Now, it's not been hatched because, like I said, there is yolk. So it was broken. It was broken. And it's a leathery egg, which leads me to believe it's one of the aquatic turtles, and I think it is from the Amazon river turtle, the yellow-spotted Amazon river turtle, which is incredible. It's either that or one of the giant Mexican musk turtles, but I don't know if they're large enough to reproduce yet. So what I want to do, I kind of was digging around in here to just see if there is another egg somewhere in the vicinity, because this one was found over here.
Oh, look who's taking a look. I just got to take a look.
Who's poking out?
Oh, he's checking us out.
There's Sonny. That's Sonny and Cher, friends.
Both of them are out.
They're both out, yeah.
His head's up now.
They are awesome, man.
Sorry.
So that's fine, man. We're going to be talking about that too.
Who was watching my back here?
I just want to kind of dig around and look around Cayman Creek to see if there's any more eggs, because I would be so psyched if we got baby yellow-spotted Amazon turtles.
Oh, that would be great.
It would be amazing, man, because I've never hatched them. They're so beautiful. They start out real small with all these beautiful yellow spots. But what I'll do is I'll just leave this egg here. Let's kind of look around Cayman Creek, and we can kind of explore it together here today. You never know what you're going to find when you get on your hands and knees and start looking around. So I do feel like this has kind of been dug up a little bit, but I haven't looked. So we're literally looking for eggs on this channel here at the moment. This looked like it was dug up a little bit.
Maybe not so recently.
Maybe not, but it's okay. If I find a nest, that's all we want.
So I, prior to starting the video, was asking how you knew it could not be a Cayman egg, and you said that's because of the leathery surface.
That's right. It's a leathery shell. The Caymans are going to have more of a porcelain covering shell. And then a lot of water turtles are going to have leathery eggs. Snakes, lizards, and water turtles tend to have leathery eggs. That is a shell that's pliable. Tortoises, for the most part, with the exception of the Burmese mountain tortoise, have more of a porcelain-like shell, if that makes sense. So let's go walk over here. Let's go see, because I'm looking for areas that may be disturbed or potentially good areas where turtle or tortoise may remain in.
What's this corner thing?
Yeah, this corner is actually what's called a pallet, and the redfoot tortoise was sleeping here last night, so they'll kind of dig a little kind of indentation.
Oh, it looks like the shape of the bottom of it.
It does, yeah. It looks a little bit like that. Now, I don't know if this one is in fact a male, but it does have a bit of a concavity to it, but that is a female. But here's what's cool about this. So tortoises will dig these out, right? And they do that to bed down for the night. They'll do it in leaf litter, they'll do it in dirt. And what this actually does is it helps insulate them. The last thing to cool is their bellies. And you can come out here on a cold night. Last night was actually pretty cool. And you can kind of just put your hand underneath and feel the bottom of their shell, and it's really warm. So they're able to retain heat to some degree. Even cold-blooded animals, they do things behaviorally to warm themselves, but that behavior actually enables them to last a lot longer than you'd think. So it's a pretty cool little indentation, because as we know, the ground does insulate you. But this is not a nest. Let's go down in here, see if we find anything. You never know. I'm just exploring, but as we explore, we wind up learning things about the animals and what they need. Now, I do normally have the twist neck turtles in here, but they are not in right now. As I said, it was a little cool this week, so I brought them in. But they like to kind of get down in that leaf litter because it creates a micro habitat, a microclimate. You can see it's more moist in here. Plus, we also
go down here.
Oh, they love going down here. Plus, I've got a little irrigation head there, and that's feeding this mango tree. But nobody's around, right, honey? Let's keep going.
Oh, you like that? You pushed right into this. She.
Oh, they can feel through their shell.
Look at that. She's leaning so hard.
Isn't that awesome?
It's so funny. They immediately react to the love touch.
Oh, look at this. This is actually a female of the species that potentially laid that egg. That is so cool.
I'm surprised that she hasn't gone off the rock yet. I mean, I came over to start the episode here and she wasn't spooked by me at all.
It's really, really cool because, you know, these animals become habituated towards me. And turtles will actually become a little bit less shy as long as they feel like you're not going to threaten them. They see me in here all the time. They know that I bring them food. But eventually, if I get a little bit too close or do something she doesn't like, she'll go in the water. But I like to just keep them used to me in this regard. Now, this is a really cool species, guys. Like I said, this is the Amazon yellow-spotted river turtle. But what's funny about it, there's no spots on it. This is the Podocnemus unifilis. That is the scientific name. And when we say a podoc turtle, we're talking a lot about a South American short-necked genus of turtles that have quite a few different species. There's Podocnemus unifilis, Podocnemus erythrocephala, and then there's also Volguli, and oh god, there's Latoya. I want to say like Latoya Jackson, but no. There's one that starts with an L from Colombia. There's many different species of Podocnemus, and they are a side-necked turtle. You can see this turtle pulls its head into the side. They can get quite large. This female is not quite growing, and actually, I sent this group of animals to Fred's house many, many years ago, probably sometime around 2006. And Fred had them for many, many years, and when Fred passed, as you know, I inherited a lot of animals from him and some animals back from him, and this I got 2.2 of the unifilis back, and it's it's funny. Yes,
that's awesome.
It's really cool that Fred, you know, I got the animals back. I'd love to have these reproduce because now they're actually of reproducing age. These guys are a riverine species. They can swim in a heavy current. They're very, very aquatic. They will bask in large numbers on the beaches and stuff. And then a really interesting thing about Podocnemus expansa, the giant Amazon river turtle. They get massive, massive turtles. These animals have an arrabata, where an arrabata is a mass egg laying of these turtles. They all swim out to the same beach every year. There is a mass of females there, and they're laying eggs. And what was commonly thought reptiles and turtles especially do is they lay their eggs and then leave. But researchers have found out that these turtles are laying their eggs, then they go into the water and they stay in the area for a couple of months until the eggs hatch. They found out that the females and even adult males are releasing low-frequency signals, low-frequency vibrations to attract the babies, to kind of get the babies into the water, and the babies will follow those low-frequency sounds upstream with the adults, where they will kind of grow in a rookery or in a nursery, if you will. They swim back up to an area that's safer for the babies. Pretty incredible stuff. And it would be my dream to get out there to the Amazon. I was invited to go with my friend Maurice Rodriguez next year, so that's something that I want to do, to see relative of this turtle in its natural habitat during that incredible season when they're laying the eggs or when the eggs are actually hatching, and follow them back. Now I'm going to reach in here and see if we can find anybody, but no. What do we got here? I don't want to get bit, but no, there's no one in here.
Who's in there that could bite you?
Well, it's potentially the giant Mexican musk turtle, the Stereotypus tripricatus. Let me go over here and look in there. It is not wise to stick one's hand deep into a culvert, but I will.
Right after saying, don't do this.
Don't do this, kids. But I don't feel it. But you know what? We're lucky, because right there,
where are you looking?
We can check up on this Mexican musk. That's fantastic. You're saying, where am I looking?
I don't see it.
No, you don't see it because it's camouflaged pretty well.
Look at that. It looks like a rock.
That's so cool, right?
I had no idea.
Yeah, so cool. Let's go ahead and pull them out. If this is the male or female, I don't know yet.
It's a rock.
No, it is no rock.
Look at that.
It's a turtle. And it looks like Oh, that's a boy.
Oh, look at that mouth.
Oh yeah, that is a large mouth. We saw these guys not long ago. Okay. Oh, gotta be careful.
That'll take a finger off.
Oh, that'll hurt for sure. But here they are. Look at this.
Let me see the bottom.
You want to see the bottom of the plastron? Now, similarly to a snapping turtle, these guys have a reduced plastron. Yeah. So this is just my anecdotal. It's not a tested theory, but I believe that when a tortoise or turtle, rather, has a kind of a narrow bridge, okay, and a reduced plastron, you can see they're kind of more open to attack. Right. Most of the time, these are bottom-dwelling turtles.
You're saying you think it's for that reason?
It's the aggression. I think they're more defensive. They open that mouth. Snapping turtles, very similar. They have a well-developed jaw. So do these guys. It's also what they eat. They're eating a lot of freshwater crustaceans and invertebrates that they can crush through an exoskeleton or shell. But this is Tripricatus. Stereotypus is the genus. Tripricatus.
That's a great-looking turtle.
It's a really cool turtle. Remember, this one had that bite.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the female bit a little bit out of him. So that's what the shell's for, friends. The shell, even though it's a living part of their body, it is actually something that helps protect them. And sometimes they have to sacrifice a little bit of that shell in order to survive.
Thank you to all our loyal Patreon members out there who have helped to create an amazing reptile community online with us. This week's shout out goes to Catrin Rudström.
For this habitat, they'll burrow into mud, into the rocky substrate, and just leave this kind of exposed. And usually these are active at night, where they'll kind of clamber around on the bottom. They can swim. They're not the strongest swimmers, but they like to walk around the bottom, and they eat carrion, dead animals, invertebrates, things like that they can easily get. They will get some of these fish if the fish are unlucky enough to get close to those jaws. So very, very cool. Now, I don't see the female. She may be way back in that little hide that we have there, but we'll go ahead and keep our little exploration going. Go on, little one. There you go. Oh,
that's a great turtle.
It's a cool turtle. It wants to go hide immediately.
And is completely camouflaged immediately.
It's really cool. Yeah. It really works. If you're a turtle, usually you're not very fast and you just kind of want to hide. I'm going to peek my head in here. We know, oh, there's a male redfoot tortoise, but I'm not seeing any areas where there's eggs. So maybe over here, let's stir this up. Like I said, guys, this is fun for me too. I'm just kind of looking around. We also know that when you have decaying vegetation like this, it's warmer. Yeah. And maybe that's a place where someone wanted to lay eggs, but not seeing any eggs here. But I like to replace it, okay? Because I want that moisture to be there, because sometimes the water turtles actually like to come out on land and they'll burrow into it. I'm gonna go over here now. This is kind of fun, man. We got a lot of peat that I've put here because
Ooh, this hay maintained warmth.
It did, right? Warm. That's really cool. That's why I use that. Yeah, the decaying vegetation is really cool because it keeps things nice and comfy in there.
You were talking about starting composting and how it creates heat.
That's right. Yeah, that is warm. I'll bet you in the center of this. Yeah, if you put your fingers in.
It's also moist too.
Yeah, you can feel. All right, I'm still going, guys. We're still looking for animals. Ugh. You never know, man. I haven't done this here.
These have been some of the most productive searches we've had.
They have. You just have to be.
We have no direction. Not that we have no direction.
We have direction. We're looking for turtles. Baby turtles. Has to be done, friends. Has to be done. All right, nothing here. We also can check over at Lucifer's side of things. I like to check near plants. This ground is hard, but again, turtles like to lay up against some certain things. I'll tell you what I do want to do. I want to check the temperature of the water here. Let's just see. I've got all my apparatus here, and the temperature is, oh, perfect. It's 74 degrees. We had a bit of a cold night last night, and that's why you're seeing the Caiman are in the water right now, because as we know, water holds its temperature longer than air, because it's more insulated. It's funny, if you're in the water as a mammal, it takes heat out of you, but it holds its heat better than the air. So pretty interesting stuff, which is why
this is the first time I've seen them out, or at least this one.
Well, what's great is about this male Caiman. Oh, look at the flower. Oh yeah, look at that flower from the canna lily. Yeah, go ahead, grab that, Matt.
Yeah.
Grab that flower.
Yeah, let me snack it.
Well, what's cool about the Caiman is that over the last few weeks, this male Caiman has really become more accustomed to me. We've had him now going on 2 years. And what's really neat is now I can call him over and he's eating out of tongs without any drama. Of course, last night, a little cool. I'm probably not going to feed them the next couple of days, but they have been taking food regularly. And these are smooth front Caiman. And we built Caiman Creek really as a way to kind of give myself, give these animals an awesome habitat. These guys came from Fred also, and they are from South America. They live in jungles, and they live in these small pools like this. They don't live in large water bodies. They are more happy to have just a little pool to kind of hang out in, wait for prey to come to them. They're actually more of a terrestrial species of croc. And of course, millions of years ago, there were actually crocodiliforms, which is a type of ancestral crocodile that lived on land. Can you imagine a land-bound crocodile? A crocodile you'd have to run away from, one that could chase you down. They had a different mode of moving, similar to what we see today with Cuban crocodiles, how they can gallop. Some crocodiles can actually gallop. Well, imagine a crocodile that lived on land galloping after you because it wants to eat you. That's scary.
That's nightmare fuel.
That is nightmare fuel. But I'd like to see it. I wish I could go back.
I kind of wish, yeah.
I wish I could go back 65 million years and see that, or Sarcosuchus, or one of the giant monster crocs that actually ate dinosaurs. So incredible to think that our world was populated by giants. Now these, of course, are dwarfs. Not the smallest, but one of them. And that is Sunny and Cher. I named them that because of an Instagram video I did not long ago that you can kind of go check out on my Instagram page, where I used the Sunny and Cher song. And they were cute. They were kind of giving each other a hug. So I Got You Babe was the song. Anyway, Sunny Cher, it's the name. It's stuck. And thankfully, because they had no name for the last couple of years. What do you say we go see what's going on with Lucifer and, of course, Marge and the 2 Amazon spotted river turtles up there? It's possible maybe they laid eggs too. But anyway, no luck down here. But let's keep this show on the road and keep moving. It's things like this that really get me excited about keeping animals. So many times we build these enclosures or we keep animals in a way that's not conducive to their, their enrichment needs and their environmental needs. And to be perfectly honest, this, as you guys know after you, this, as you know, is like a dream come true for me because I gotta be honest.
Here's Marge.
It is a lot of fun to interact with this environment. And interacting with it leads to interactions with the animals. Of course, there's Marge. She's gonna bother us the whole time we're here.
Yep.
But what's really cool about this is when you interact with the environment, you learn more about it. You learn more about the animals. And of course, you get, every once in a while, a special animal like this that just interacts with you. Now, she, of course, is looking for food. Marge is always hungry and never full.
Always.
I can't wait to see how big Marge gets. So enjoy her for a second.
She's so fast, too.
She is pretty amazing.
She'll run me right out of the
enclosure. I'm going to get back on my hands and knees.
What? You're not even looking where you're going. Not even looking where you're going. You'll just keep coming, won't you? She's almost got me out of the pen here.
Oh, well, you'll have to come back over this way.
All right, we'll see you later.
I did find out that the ground is pretty hard here, but we got some.
Yeah,
go ahead. We've got some really cool redfoots enjoying themselves.
Should take us at least 15-20 seconds for Marge to get back over here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's loose.
Well, check this out. So we got some interesting things happening here with these tortoises, these redfoots. Number one, this shell's covered with white. It's a very superficial fungus. It has a horrible sounding name. It's called scud.
Did you know this?
Did I notice? Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, that's fine. It's not hurting the tortoise at all. You know, I'm keeping these animals in a semi-wild state. I keep them outside. So basically, the thing that I would need to do to treat this is very simply cover it with Silverdine cream? There you go. Or even an athlete's foot cream like a Rudström or something like that. But it's not hurting the animal. There's no ulcerative markings. The other thing is, you notice how this animal has a little bit of bumps. Now check out this shell. Kept the exact same way. They're the exact same size.
So interesting.
Look at how smooth and worn this is. This animal is just incredible, man. It's just a great shell. Now, this is obviously what us tortoise nerds strive for. But again, this animal, isn't that amazing?
Oh my God, it's so smooth.
So smooth and worn. Now,
Still smooth, but it has the fungus.
yep,
Very
which is fine.
smooth, though.
But it's interesting, right? So just really cool. Now, that could just be diet. It could also be just be wear and tear on this animal. To be perfectly honest, this was a wild caught individual years ago. So captive raised, wild caught, a little bit smoother. Interesting, huh?
Both looking beautiful.
Yeah, man. Oh, let's see. I don't know. I look in these areas.
We got Lucifer right there.
There he is, man.
So much smaller than Sunny and Cher.
And that's what I was talking about when I said not quite the smallest, but that is right there the smallest species of crocodilian on Earth.
Dwarf Caiman.
The dwarf Caiman, that's right. They'll get a smidge bigger than that. But Louis.
Oh, look at the turtle right underneath.
That's right. That's the Amazon river turtle that's over here. We have a male and a female here, as well as a different type of Stereotypus. We have Stereotypus salvini, which is another Mexican musk turtle, but doesn't get quite as large as the ones we just saw.
That's in here too?
Yeah.
You have so many things. I
so
love
many
that you
fun
have different species in the same.
It's fun for me, you know. It's like a multi-species exhibit. It's one of the things I loved when I went to zoos was that I would see different animals in these exhibits. So there's always something happening, okay? You always have a chance to see something interesting going on, and the fact that I can actually get in these aquascape ecosystems, okay, and kind of move around in them and interact with them, it makes it so much more interesting for me as a keeper, you know. I love the maintenance I have to do in here, which is minimal, because even when I'm doing maintenance, I'm actually discovering things. It provides me with an opportunity to perhaps see something unique, or even I've found hatchlings in some of the ecosystem ponds. Come on. Watch this, he's gonna come over. Come here.
I wish you guys could see what I'm doing to get this.
Oh yeah, he's very limber.
He's all about coming to see you. The other guys never want to really respond.
Well, they
what we're
have
doing,
been
but
now,
this
which
guy-
is so cool. That's what's so cool.
Responding for daddy is a little different than responding when I'm there.
Come here.
Oh yeah, just get that dwarf Caiman to come over.
Oh, I love him. He is so cool, Lucifer, isn't he? Beautiful animal, man. And when Fred had him, Fred was actually able to really hold him and pick him up. Obviously, I haven't been able to do that yet. Yeah, we've kind of rewilded him. He's been put into this enclosure, and I've just not really picked him up, which is fine. He does what he's supposed to do. He swims, he eats, he poops. I'm happy. I would really like to get a female in here with him, because it would be so amazing to actually hatch or have breeding pair of dwarf Caiman in my yard. I think it would be amazing.
Could you do it right in here?
Oh, absolutely. This would be perfect. I love the papyrus growing. It's creating the canopy that these animals really like, the dwarf species. Watch your step there.
Yep, no, I'm taking a step back to look.
It's really cool.
You know, we've actually spent, I was just thinking sitting in that corner back there, that we've spent a good amount of time back here.
Look at this.
With Marge and him.
Going after my fingers there. Going after my fingers.
He went right after it.
He did, because usually I'll leave.
You're taunting him with food.
Exactly, and usually I leave a nugget, like a tortoise, not a tortoise, a croc chow.
Croc chow.
Yeah, he's been eating croc chow, which is really, really cool. But you notice how when I'm right here, he's not trying to grab me right here. He knows my hands aren't food. But when I go, he thinks that I've put something down. Okay?
I mean, the closest we've ever gotten to an aggressive thing was when we had food and we were standing outside the tube. Right.
That's right.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even aggressive.
No, not at all.
That was just
because we had food and we were baiting them.
right.
I think.
Exactly. We moved fast also.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so he's doing great.
He is.
Cayman Creek's doing great. I'm going to go ahead and give a little look around here, but I don't think we're going to find anything, to be perfectly honest, which is kind of a bummer because that means that that egg was a one-off and it was broken. So what I think happened was the turtle laid the nest or made the nest too close to the surface, and one of the redfoot tortoises must have kind of made one of those pallets we were talking about earlier and popped it. So that's unfortunate because I would have loved to have found that egg, thrown it in the incubator, and see in 60 days what came out of it. It's always a surprise. Is it going to be a Mexican musk turtle or an Amazon river turtle? I don't know. But we'll just have to keep an eye out for any more eggs that might show themselves here. And yeah, man, just really cool to be in here with these animals. It's so cool to share with you how well they're responding to us and how they're becoming more and more accustomed to our comings and goings. We had that river turtle that didn't even jump off the old log. We got the Sunny getting more friendly with me. And we've got our good friend and Cayman right here. Oh, look out. Here he comes. It's Lucifer. Come on, Louie.
And of course, like he's about to come out.
He does. And of course, it also, we've got a pretty girl named Maharaj. So I got to keep my eyes. Here we go.
She is luckily on the bottom half. Oh, he's definitely going to come out in 1 second. There's no way he's not.
He is awesome, huh, guys? I think, you know, it's kind of funny about these guys.
Look at those teeth.
That's what I was just going to say. I mean, the countenance of the dwarf cayman looks extremely intense, doesn't it?
Like I'm ready to take a step back.
Yeah. Little.
I've seen him move before.
Little, but tough.
Oh, very.
That is for sure. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today at Cayman Creek. I hope you enjoyed this. We learned a few things. We learned about eggs. We learned about turtles. We learned about cayman. And we had a good time, or at least I did. I hope you guys did too. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought of today's episode. And we'll see you guys again on another edition. Is that what it is? Isn't it edition?
Episode.
Sure, episode of Kamp Kenan. See you guys.